Well, media and corruption is a very big subject, I have to say, and it should include like media, corruption in the media, or media's role in anti-corruption campaign, or how the media report corruption. And each of them is big enough to be a book subject, so I'm just trying to summarize a little bit. To say that, I would like to start from a very long, some small incident, long memory, long time ago. When Bo Xilai was in Peking University History Department, we studied together. And one day we talked about what we want to do in the future. I said, I wanted to be a professor. That turned out to be wrong. And he said, my dream was to be a reporter of the Xinhua News Agency stationing abroad. And that was his dream, and well, he never did that before, but that's why he went to the Media Institute in Beijing. What I want to say from this example is that working for the media, especially working for the central media, is a very, very privileged job. They are part of the power structure, and they are a very important part of power structure, and media is, after all, the mouthpiece of the Chinese Communist Party. So when it comes to corruption and media is interlinked in many ways. So I remember last July, and one day, one of the most popular CCTV programs, when it went on air, and it was a co-anchor program. One anchor disappeared. It was a 36-year-old male anchor, Rui Chenggang. He disappeared. And his co-anchor did not even explain what happened. It's just the guy never exists. And the guy turned out to be arrested. And at the same time, two female anchors and several producers and directorate level producers were also arrested in CCTV. Very soon, the news turned out to be all those the leaders in the CCTV and the anchors, those female anchors especially, were mistresses of the high-ranking corrupted officials, especially Zhou Yongkang. When you look at China, look at the corruption report, you often see, when you go to local level, city, provincial, you often see that the female anchors of the local stations were somehow linked, have relationships with the corrupted official. It has become very big news in China, and it indicates, as people say, corruption in the media. Of course, this is the most sensational part. The less sensational part, but also very known practice, was, well, we are not talking about, we talk about using public office, as Professor Huang said, public office for personal gain, and all the party leaders were doing that. But if you think enterprises, and they pay media to get better report, or to uncover some good report, or to suppress some bad report. Several Chinese reporters wrote in their personal blog. They said, well, when there was a big disaster happen, the first thing, when the reporters got there, the first thing they got is a little red bag with cash in it, which means please don't report, or please report it in sort of gives us some good word. So corruption in media is very, very prevalent and very profound. And that's just a very known fact. And the reason for that is media is part of the government entity. If the government is corrupt, the media is as well. And I quickly wrap it up. In the recent years, when the anti-corruption campaign started, we also saw the media report of corruption in the media grow very rapidly. You see every day media report about corruption here, corruption there, but the whole undertone was still the great party, the party did this, the party's cleaning itself. That's one part you see. But within all the media, when we expand the meaning of media, you also see what the Chinese call self-media. The bloggers, the tweets, and that media, that is the media grow very rapidly. That media actually is taking on the role of the traditional media in our sense, the media sense. So lots of corruption cases were exposed by the self-media before they were reported. And several very prominent figures, party figures, were actually dragged down, what they say, by the self-media. So what you see in China is the parallel. On the one hand, you see the state media is still very, very controlled by the government, is still serving as the mouthpiece of the government. On the other hand, you see a new media. The new media grow very fast and serve as the traditional media role in the sense of Western democracy. So from that, I see some hope in China.